Right, so we're busy with activity number 19, and I'm doing the general ledger of Yellow Boathouse, and specifically in this video the debtors control account. And what is a debtor? A debtor is an asset. Okay, so the rules for assets are increase on the debit side, the left hand side. Okay, this is the debit side, and decrease on the credit side, the right hand side. Okay, so debit side always the left hand side, and credit side always the right hand side. So now, firstly I want to explain what happens in the debtors control account before we go and look at the individual transactions. Okay, so how do we increase debtors? Debtors are people that bought from us on credit. So how will we have more debtors? Firstly, we can have debtors from the previous month, and that's normally a debit balance because assets normally have an opening balance on the debit side. So there on the 1st of March you've got an opening balance of 31,900. Okay, so then we can sell to people on credit, which means they don't pay immediately, and then we'll put an amount, the 30,000, we'll put it on the debit side. So that means that this guy owed, or these people owed 39,000 to the business, and then in this month 30 more thousand was added. So in essence they owe 69,000 to the business. Okay, there's two ways that the debtors can decrease, and that is when and that must not be DJ, that must be DAJ, debtors allowances journal. So when somebody brings back some of the trading stock, or you wrote on the invoice an amount that was too much and you have to decrease it in your books. So you are decreasing the amount that people owe to the business. Okay, so that's in the DAJ. And secondly is when they physically pay you cash. That's in the CRJ, cash receipts journal. Okay, so that's what happens in the DJ. And then we're balancing the account. So we're taking the 69,000 and we minus the 900 and the 15,000, and then all the debtors still owes me 53,000. But remember, these debtors can be different debtors, can be different people that owes me money, but all together, all of them, if we add those totals together, we will get 53,000 that they owe us, and we bring it down to the left hand side because the left hand or debit side was bigger. Alright, so that's what happens in the debtors account. So firstly, right, so I need an opening balance. What was all the debtors at the beginning of the month? So this I will get on page 52, and they tell us that outstanding debtors was 39,100. So that's the 39,100 there. Then I sell to other people that only pays me later, so that's in the DJ. So I'm going to go get the information from the DJ, and there you will see in the month, in the debtors journal, I sold to the debtors, so the debtors must increase, more debtors. So that's why debtors control is debited, sales there is credited. So I'm doing the debtors control account now. So I'm going to take 30,000 to the debtors control account. And what did I do to create the debtor? I sold to them. So that's why sales is the other account. And you will also see sales over there, DJ, 30,000. Why the 31st? There's 31 days in March. Okay, now the debtors increase, they owe us more money, but obviously they can pay us back, or we can give them an allowance or discount. Okay, so firstly I'm going to do the discount. Right, so there was debtors allowances journal, DAJ. So there's the 900 Rand. Okay, so that's a discount. Debtors allowances is an expense, it's debited, and therefore the debtors control is credited. And why do we credit the debtors control, which is an asset? Because the debtors must decrease if we give them an allowance or a discount. Okay, so the other account is debtors allowances. So that's why I write debtors allowances there. It means that debtors control is credited with 900 Rand and debtors allowances is debited with the 900 rand. But we don't show the debtors account now. We're only doing the debtors control account. But the other account that we're showing is debtors allowances, DAJ 900 rand. Okay, then people can also pay me, pay my business, and therefore in the CRJ, okay, this is a CRJ, and there's a debtors control account. That's the amounts that people paid me. And why will debtors control be credited? The reason for that is because the debtors owes me less money after they paid it. So it must decrease the debtors account with 15,000 rand. So there's the 15,000 rand, and the main account in the CRJ is bank, or we could say they paid us cash to decrease the debtors with 15,000 rand. Okay, so now we've done everything. We see which account is the biggest, left hand, or which side's the biggest, the left hand or debit side's the biggest, and the right hand side is smaller, okay, before we do the balancing. So we add, leave a line open, add it together, we get 69,000. We do a double line, we put 69,000 on that side as well. Now counting, everything must balance. Left hand side must be equal to the right hand side. So 39 plus 30 is 69, but 900 plus 15,000 is not 69,000. So we need to add another 53,000, or take the 69,000 minus 2 at the top to get the 53. Okay, so we add the 53, and now this is correct. Which side was the biggest? The left hand side. So I take the 53,000 and I bring it down to the left hand or debit side. So the first of next month, the balance brought down is 53,000, which means debtors still owes me 53,000. Okay, so that was the debtors control account, activity 19.